There was a point in my healing when every nutrition tip I read online made me feel worse, not better. So today, I am not sharing perfect habits. Today, I'm sharing the 7 nutrition shortcuts that help to make sure that I ate something on the days when my brain had no energy left. You don't need a complete lifestyle overhaul to take care of yourself. You need fuel. You need food. And adding even just one thing, like a handful of frozen veggies, can make a huge difference. If you're new here, hi, my name is Larissa, and this is the Concussion Crew, a place where we make life with low energy or a brain injury or chronic illness feel a little more doable, especially when it comes to food. Shortcut number 1, frozen vegetables still count. I used to think that eating veggies and fruits that were fresh and only fresh was the goal. But fresh veggies require planning and chopping and prepping and remembering that they exist and cooking them before they rot in the back of my fridge. When your memory is already taxed and your energy is already low, frozen veggies are the ultimate lazy day upgrade. And for the people who are going to say, no, fresh veggies are better and they have to be from your own garden, they have to be organic. Okay, calm down. Frozen veggies are actually harvested and flash frozen at peak ripeness. That locks in a ton of nutrients. You're still getting the fiber and the vitamins and the antioxidants that your brain and your body need. No chopping, no prep, throw them in and go. And adding them in doesn't have to be a whole production. Having mac and cheese, grab a handful of frozen broccoli or frozen peas and just chuck it into the same pot with the noodles. Heating up soup or leftovers, just chuck a handful of frozen veggies right from the freezer as you're heating it up. And it doesn't have to make sense. Toss in a handful of veg into your spaghetti sauce. Why not? Shortcut 2, adding in a little bit of protein can have a huge impact, especially on blood sugar stability and brain recovery. I like to keep hard-boiled eggs in the fridge. Sometimes I will make a full dozen, and these are easy to eat on the fly. I'm not saying that I'm having full meals when I'm tired and I'm like, I need to eat something. Having a hard-boiled egg ready to go is better for me than grabbing a bag of chips. It's just about having options. When I'm having a box of mac and cheese, I will often make a scrambled egg on the side. It doesn't really go together, but I just eat the scrambled egg so that I've got some extra healthy protein in my system. Cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, these are easy things to have around, and having a scoop of cottage cheese with a slice of toast, it doesn't really make sense in my head, but it's easy and it's better than me just having the slice of toast. And sometimes that's just what we need. Most of these take a minute to deal with and they keep you fuller longer. Shortcut 3 is sneaky and easy. Add a scoop of bone broth to just about any soups, stews, even your mac and cheese. If you get the unflavored ones, you're not going to notice it, but it's going to boost the nutrient density of your meal. Something else I do is cook my pasta in either broth or stock or even milk. Just little things that'll add a little punch of nutrition without adding a ton of extra steps. Shortcut 4, I mentioned this when I talked about hydration hacks. Baby food pouches are allowed for grown-ups. Your body doesn't care if the nutrients come from a salad or a baby pouch. These are shelf-stable, easy to digest, and require zero prep. They were designed for developing brains, which means they're perfect for injured, overwhelmed, or exhausted brains. They're an easy way to add fruits and veggies when chewing, cooking, or decision-making feel impossible. And the same goes for other convenience foods like jarred sauces, frozen meals, boxed broths. These are tools, and using them doesn't mean you failed. It means that you ate something today. No shame, No weird rules. Your nervous system needs fuel and support, not perfection, whatever that's supposed to mean. When I find things that are easy and make me feel full and are just working for my system, I will make them on repeat. Eating the same things on repeat is not laziness, it is regulation. Grabbing a pre-made rotisserie chicken, having frozen veg, and popping a sweet potato into the microwave for just peeling it and steaming it real quick is something that I go back to over and over again. And people in the comments have said, okay, but it's better if you make the chicken at home. And it doesn't take that much effort to roast a chicken in your oven. No, it doesn't take that much effort, but it takes way more effort than buying it pre-made. Sometimes if I've got great energy and not a lot else on the go, sure, I'll make a roast chicken. But if the option is fast food, chicken nuggets, or a pre-made rotisserie chicken, I'm gonna lean into the thing that's a little bit healthier. And that's not to disparage fast food. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do, my friend. Feed yourself, eat the foods. I just am trying to find ways to make eating a little bit healthier, a little bit more achievable. And while we're talking about a little bit, try one thing, not 5, because this is about baby steps. Instead of overhauling your diet, add one thing. Maybe it's the baby food pouches. Get one of every flavor that they've got and try one a day. You're adding in some nutrients to your day and you're finding out what tastes good. I love the sweet potato, apple, butternut squash. It's my favorite. I love them. I enjoy the blueberry, so I get a couple of those ones, but I have my go-tos and just try it out. But try out one thing at a time. Maybe you're in a spaghetti routine right now. You're having pre-made meatballs from the freezer section. You're having a jarred can of tomato sauce and you're making the pasta and you're putting this together at home. Maybe add a can of beans, maybe add a handful of frozen veg, or maybe add a scoop of bone broth. Just add one thing this week, this month to your existing routine. One small addition is enough. Don't underestimate canned food. Not all pantry staples are created equal, but some of them are surprisingly powerful. Keep an eye out for canned beans because they offer protein and fiber. I went through I just want buttered pasta phase and I tossed in chickpeas. Canned salmon or tuna or chicken are great options for stirring into pasta or stirring into ramen or just eating with crackers. Canned pumpkin is full of fiber and vitamin A, and when you stir it into your pasta sauce, you won't even notice it. These take no more time than opening a can and sometimes draining it, but they can round out your meal really quickly. You might have heard influencers saying, if you're not eating clean, you're not eating healthy. Or if you don't cut out sugar and caffeine and half the foods you enjoy, you must not actually care about your health and how you feel. And honestly, that's clickbait. Some of the things are true. Yes, water is healthier than soda. Yes, excess sugar can be inflammatory and can be hard on our system. None of that is wrong, but if you're already recovering and you're running on low energy or you're just trying to make it through the freaking day, piling caffeine withdrawal and food guilt on top of that can make an already crummy situation feel unbearable. You don't need a full lifestyle reset to take care of yourself. You need food, you need fuel, and you need changes that your nervous system can actually tolerate and maintain. For me, one of the things that I did was not completely eradicate caffeine. I went from 4 cups of tea and then my 2 coffees in the afternoon down to 2 cups of tea and 1 coffee, but not necessarily every day. I can have it if I want it every day, but I find that I'm not jonesing for it anymore. I still eat chocolate, but I have a few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt first, just to get some healthy fats and proteins in my system. And once my system starts to feel full and soothed, naturally I've just started eating less chocolate. Not because I'm restricting it or trying to cut out chocolate, but just because my body isn't craving it as much, because it feels supported, I guess. This is not about doing everything perfectly. This is about doing the best that you can with the energy and the capacity and the supports that you have. Small, doable steps are not failure, and they actually help us to build habits that stick. Drop in the comments what your favorite comfort meal is and what little things you do to boost it just a little bit. I love collecting ideas from this amazing community, and I appreciate you guys sharing. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Remember that you are not alone trying to figure out how to stay fueled even on the hard days.